Good morning and welcome to Billy's Trip. I'm in Istanbul. I'm at a friend's house called Karim. I met him online and I've been staying here since yesterday, but also I left all of my bicycle equipment and stuff like that here while I went to Ireland. So I've woken up. I'm going to go into Istanbul and visit everything, but you know what? So much traveling and so much energy was used on that transit from Ireland back to Turkey. I was so exhausted. I was supposed to wake up this morning at like 7:30, 8:30 to get going, but I've slept right through to 10:30 in the morning, so I've had something like 12 hours sleep or something, so I'm just exhausted. So instead of getting the slow boat like I was originally planned, I'm going to get the fast boat today, but I'm also starting to prep everything to go, because I'm probably going to leave tomorrow or the day after. So, doing the fun thing of washing my sleeping bag. So this is essentially what I have to do with my prepping, is just sort of make sure that all my stuff is clean and ready to be used. I probably won't get another opportunity to actually wash all my gear for quite some time, so this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to stomp around in the soap a little bit and then I'm going to have a shower and head into town. So let's go check out Istanbul together. See you later. Bye. Hey, how we doing? So, I woke up super duper late, as I said before, and essentially all the ferries that go to where I want to go aren't running. You have to catch them in the morning or in the afternoon. It's the only real time that you can do it. So instead I'm going to get, it's like a taxi bus, essentially. So it costs about two quid to get the bus into the city centre. And this is how they do it. So the bus doesn't go until it's full, because they're only small buses, but that's pretty much the way it rolls. So yeah, here we go. This is the bus services in Istanbul. Super small, super fast. Good, I guess. Anyway, I'll let you know how I go when I get into the city centre. I'll see you later. Alright, here we are. So I've arrived from my taxi ride into the centre of town. And got a big old stadium over here. Got some other buildings and shit. So let's go exploring. I'll do some video shoots and stuff like that if I see anything that's worth looking at, but see what happens. Let's go downtown Istanbul into the centre of a super city. Let's have some fun. See you later. So here I am, walking down through pretty much what must be the main shopping mall, and essentially it's just pretty much one of the things that I fucking hate more than anything. It's just one big shopping mall. It's quite boring. It's just people just selling shit left, right and centre, and just a ton of people walking around. I mean, not really anything special yet. I mean, the architecture's nice, don't get me wrong, but I'm really not that kind of traveller, so it's rubbed me up the wrong way a little bit. But I am walking with the intention of going to the old town. So hopefully the old town is a little bit less like this, but if it's a tourist attraction, it's a tourist attraction, so I imagine it's going to be like fucking shit. So I don't know, I'm going to stay optimistic and I'm going to see how it is. So let's find out. See you later. Shopping shit. Alright, finally walked through the maze that was the fucking tourist section, and now I'm walking across the bridge past all the fishermen. Just along here, over to Old Town over here with the giant mosque. So yeah, the weather's come good. Earlier it was raining a little bit, and now the sun's come out and it's starting to sweat. It's a really nice day actually, and everyone seems quite happy walking around. So it's pretty pleasant, to be honest. But yeah, finally heading into the spot where I want to go to, and then let's go have a look around. That's it. See you later. How we doing? So that's the alarm clock. So a couple of times a day they do the prayer, and this is essentially what gets played across essentially every single Muslim country that practices Muslim as their first religion, and it's sung live every single time by well, I'm not sure by who, but I'm assuming a priest. But yeah, anyway, so here I am in the old town, and to be honest, it's mostly like this over here. It's just fast food and kebabs and all that sort of shit. All the actual traditionalness of the place, I feel, has just been a little bit drained. Nothing feels really Turkish here. It just feels as if they've essentially done what the rest of the world has done and change it up for Western people, because Western people bring money and spend stuff and buy food and kebabs and shit that they hear about. To be honest, I was thinking about going to the beach today and fixing people's bikes because there's a ton of people using bikes at a place I'm staying at. And I decided not to come here, and I'm actually really regretting it. It comes back to me again and again and again. I don't learn my lesson that I just do not like big cities. They're not a representation of the country at all. I don't feel like this is Turkey at all. I feel like it's Turkish people selling shit to tourists. So anyway, I'm going to walk back over to the ferries. I might check out one of the big mosques, but other than that, I'm going to just get out of here. I'm not really enjoying it. So that's it. See you later. So here we are in the guts of Old Town, and it is tourist town. It is literally just people selling textiles, food. It's the same everywhere you go in every single country. When you get to these sort of major hubs, it's just people just flogging shit, just trying to take tourist dollars. That's all it is. It pretty much just sucks the life out of the place and the essence, and it just doesn't really feel like what it should, in my opinion. I mean, I would have loved to have gotten a bit of Turkish feeling from a place like this, but it's just non-existent anymore. I mean, look around. Fashion, tourists, traffic, people selling fucking shit that's just, it's the same shit. It just looks like fucking Thailand or Cambodia or Southeast Asia or anywhere, these sort of places. It's just all the fucking same. It's a whole country being taken over by Western dollars, and I feel really unfulfilled coming through here. I don't feel like I've really learned anything except more content for capitalism. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. Tourist bullshit. So here I am. I've made my way to pretty much what I believe is the main mosque of the centre of Istanbul, and it's pretty big. This is it. Yeah. So yeah, and then we've got the view of the city over here behind me. Probably can't see it too well. River and the seaside and stuff like that. But yeah, essentially it's come back to reaffirm my opinions of going into major cities, regardless of what country it is. It can be anywhere in the world, but as soon as it becomes a large city, super city even, it's just the same as everywhere else. It's a cosmopolitan maze of traffic and people and bullshit. And I don't feel like I'm in Turkey, I feel like I'm in Istanbul. And I went to travel the world to go through these countries, not to go to cosmopolitan cities. It's like going to LA and saying you've been to America. And technically you have, but really you just went to LA. So I'm of the mind of getting out of the city, which is always what my number one opinion is. And I can't wait to pedal out of Istanbul. It's not me. I'm not feeling it. It's not me. I'm going to go find a ferry to get back home. See you later. So here I am, walking back along the beach side and near all the traffic, going back to Karim's house. Today's tourist visit was just an epic fail. Well, not really an epic fail, an expected fail. I did keep an open mind to try out, being a tourist again, and it just doesn't do it for me anymore. I am much more preferred to the countryside. It's just really disappointing because, you see the postcards and you see all the different beautiful places around the world and the cities and the structures and just all these different things. And you really want to go there, you really want to see it because these are representations of each country. But as soon as you get there, you realise it's pretty much the same as anywhere. Unfortunately, the world has gone through, with a whole lot of time, ultimate homogenization, which essentially just sort of makes the whole world pretty much the same no matter where you go. And it's really disappointing because when you want to experience new cultures and new ideas and things like this, you just don't really have any chance when it comes to a large city. You think with more of a concentration of the people, you'd have a higher possibility of this, but it's just untrue. You need to go out in the country where it's unchanged. There's no tourists, there's not a lot of money and things like this being poured into, really superficial shit. Anyway, No surprises there. I'll leave you to it. See you later. Okay, so end of the day, I've come back to Karim's house. Here's Karim here.
Hello.
So Karim's been nice enough to let me stay at his house for a couple of days, and it's been wonderful checking out Istanbul. And now we're going to go and get some dinner. Just a nice relaxing tourist day for me, and all thankful to this guy letting me, again, use his place and hang out. It definitely makes it a lot easier living the cycling lifestyle when you have lovely, friendly people in the community that are willing to help each other out. And
Billy's a great person.
Karim's a great person. Anyway, we're going to go get some dinner now. I'm going to leave you there. Have a good night. See you later. Okay, so last video of the night. Seems like there's a big old storm rolling into Istanbul tonight. But fortunately, again, as the rain come, I have a roof over my head. And I guess that brings me to my peace out for today. What I want to talk about quickly is Karim. And Karim is a part of a scene or a group that I belong to as well, and that's cycle touring. And I guess what I want to talk about is the importance of having, common interests and friends and stuff like that. It's super cool, like knowing other bicycle tourists have got you back, doing something healthy together, and it's really, really nice to know that there's, like-minded people out there. And I guess the importance of what I'm trying to get across is to find people out there in the world that are like-minded to yourself, and joining up and having a good time and just experiencing life together and just being friends. It's really nice to know that as a bicycle tourist, I have friends all over the world, whether I know them or not. And this time I've met one of them, and I've had a fantastic time doing so. So, if there's something you're interested in, you should reach out and see if there's somebody else in your field. And you never know, maybe you'll make a friend. I'll leave you there. Peace out. See you later.